Hello and welcome to Success Stories. Success Stories is that interview show where we talk to students of Ekcel Academy and how they succeeded in the CS exam. The main reason we do this is to encourage and motivate you to understand and believe that if the student on the show can do it, even you can do it. And joining me today is Rachel Fernandez. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, sir. Pleasure being here.
Yeah, so happy that you have cleared module 1. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
In fact, Rachel was also part of another video where we discussed about how the present batch is going. She's attending the module 2 classes and module 1 she has cleared now. So how is it feeling, first of all, clearing module 1?
So immense joy, sir. Can't even express the joy.
And how are your parents, friends, how's their reaction?
They were very shocked, sir. The moment when they got to know the result that I cleared, my father, mother, everyone started crying out of joy. We did not know how to express it.
Correct. It's natural because it's the hard work which you would have put in for so many months and family would have seen you putting the hard work.
Yes.
They're the first people seeing when you're studying so hard. So naturally you will feel like that.
Simultaneously, my grandparents and my aunt also, they were calling me from 12 o'clock. What about your result? What about your result? Because they have been with me from the start of my journey. Even every exam, they used to call me, they used to tell me, they used to motivate me, give me confidence.
Okay.
And even at the result time, even they were also at fear. When they heard pass, they were also very happy.
Very good, very good. So everyone who's watching this, these are the kind of things that can happen in your family and in your life if you study hard and clear the CS exam. So before that, Rachel, can you give us a quick background of where are you from, what are you doing now? That will be helpful.
Yes, sir. I'm from Belgaum, Karnataka. I have completed my BCom graduation, and I am a full-time CS student.
Okay, very good. So you do have an advantage of being full-time CS student. So when we say full-time, any job, student is also a job nowadays.
Yes.
So when you say full-time, generally people have to do it for the whole day, whether you're working in a factory, whether you're working in a company, or you have your own business like that. So as a student, what does it mean to you to be full-time student and how did you use that full-time?
So being full-time student is very advantageous compared to working mothers, working students, and even college-going students. But at a certain point of time, being in the continuous four walls, you feel so demotivated. You're like, this has been my routine like for such a long time. You need that change. So at the point of time where you are studying for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 1 week completely goes and demotivated, and you feel like no interest at all. So there were days little up and down, but I had a strong determination. I had made up my mind and I just did so.
No, what you told is very good, and we are happy that you shared what is the genuine thing which happened. Because for people who are watching this, they'll have an imagination. Okay, people whoever passed, and everything is a rosy journey. In fact, it is quite a hard journey. Like you said, you feel many times depressed. You feel down. You feel I don't know what is happening. Will I be able to clear the exam? These things, thoughts come, and it's very natural for these thoughts to come. So for whoever is watching this, please understand that Rachel or anyone else has gone through similar to what you're going through. But the secret is again in what she told just now, determination. If you have determination, nothing can stop you. So now tell me one thing, Rachel, now you are attending the live class, and also can you tell us a brief idea about your routine since you're a full-time student?
Yes.
When did you attend class? When did you study? Things like that.
So as and when the live classes were scheduled, I made sure I attend the live classes itself. Because if you procrastinate and think I will watch the recorded one, personally, according to myself, so I feel very bored because I can't have one-to-one interaction if in case I have some doubt. So I preferred attending live over recorded classes. And as and when classes were scheduled, I went on attending the classes. But during my free times, I made sure I give my priority to the one subject that is more difficult to me. Then simultaneously, I made a plan like I have to complete within 5 days this subject, then another 5 days, another subject. Like that, I went on doing so.
Okay, very good. So now we want to understand a little bit about the books, because
Yes.
everyone, that's one first question we get. In fact, even on YouTube, our most popular video is about the books to study.
Yes,
So
sir.
which are the books that you studied for CS exam?
Yes, sir. For JIGL, I refer the Soumya ma'am's notes because her notes is very, very efficient compared to, because in the CS module, it's little detailed. So you can't expect to learn everything. So her notes were very beneficial. So for company law, I referred Bare Act as well as the module. So
Wow.
Bare Act helped me to understand the concept very well. So like for my in my exam paper, I've quoted sections a lot and I had studied it according to the chapter wise itself. So now, for example, if chapter 9 and 10 is about accounts and audit, so I'm very sure that 128 to 138 is full of accounts and audit. So even if I miss out certain sections and if I'm not sure if this particular section belongs to this particular thing, I made sure I at least write some chapter name so that the evaluator might think, okay, she might know something little from the Bare Act itself. So this
Yeah.
is how I studied for company law. For tax, I just referred ma'am's and sir's notes because it was enough. They have what all Saket sir and ma'am had thought, that itself has come in the paper itself. And SBC also I've referred modules, sir. So the module
Oh.
is great enough.
And did you write and practice for law papers?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have attended all the mock papers, and for the law, even there was one answer one day. I made sure I write at least. I used to post only one answer, but behind I used to write 4, 5 answers so that every day it becomes a practice. And even I'm a little slow writer, so in that by writing even the answers, even my pace will be improved. So I used to write lots of answers, sir.
Okay, that's really nice to know. Now that you're a full-time CS student and you're talking more about the studies and how when you used to study and all of that, did you get time to do something apart from studies? Like, what were the things you used to do to keep yourself active?
So every evening I made sure I go out for a walk just for a peace of mind. And sometimes even if I used to help my mother if she's little busy and all. And just for time pass and all, I used to listen to music and also that's it.
Very good. So, because for people who are watching it, I want to make you understand that whoever passed the exam, they're normal people. Okay, so they're not sitting with the book all the day.
Yes.
So, like Rachel told, helping mother with the house, or walking, or listening to music, or whatever, like just like any normal person would do, they are also like that. But they have a planned way to do it, and you too can definitely clear it. So, next, let us come to some of the things which you liked in the mentorship program. Like in
Yes.
Excel, as you know, we have the coaching classes live and recorded, and
Yes.
we have the mentorship program. So, do you think that mentorship program helped you, and how?
Yes, mentorship task was the thing that helped me overall. My main motive for joining Ekcel Academy is because I was weak in tax. I did not know how to write because initially I had taken a local classes, and after COVID and all, I started doing self study. So I was lacking very behind. So I was not knowing how to write. Initially, I never did writing practice. I never studied from the module because module the context is very large and very big. So I used to get scared to touch the module itself. So I was like, after joining Ekcel Academy, I did the mentorship task thoroughly. I followed every instructions that you gave. Even Titi ma'am, what all she used to send it in the Telegram group, I have made sure that I do everything, sir.
Okay, very good. So now we are telling all the good things. So people are watching, they should feel what everything is so rosy. We want
Ye-
you to tell a little bit about when did you feel down, or when did you feel like not like giving up, but when you felt, oh, this is so hard.
Yes.
And how did you pick yourself up at that time? Because many people face this. That's why I wanted to ask.
So this attempt is not my first or second attempt. This attempt is my fourth attempt. So initially, all these three attempts, what I have given by studying local classes and self-studies. So every time you fail, you feel very demotivated because I thought I have given my 100%, but that was not 100%. So every time I used to fail 2-3 days used to go and doing nothing because you're in that phase. You feel very sad, you feel demotivated, you feel like not doing anything. So I too went under the same phase. Then I started doing studies. I did not know which sources to apply. So I was studying from the same module, from the same thing. Only the supplements also sometimes law related, it would be very hard to understand. And tax, due to budget and all, there was many amendments. So tax was my fearing subject. So that made me join Ekcel Academy. And after joining, I just did as per as my study routine, and I cleared it.
Great. So now you told that you couldn't clear for 3 attempts, and
Yes.
then later you joined Excel, and with mentorship and all, you cleared very good. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about the actual classes, like about the teachers which you had. How was the class experience? How did that add value to you? Because you
Yes.
had not cleared earlier, now you cleared. So what
Yes.
was that?
So in JIGL, Soumya ma'am's teaching is really very good. Her doubt clearing, like whenever she's teaching, and if a student has a queries, then and there, if we ask, she'll stop her teaching, and that time only she will clear our doubt. If we ask 10 times also, she will clear it out very peacefully. So the Soumya ma'am was very patient in whenever we asked her any doubts and all, and her teaching was really well compared to your. And the next is your subject, sir, company law. So I remember you taught us one concept of that investment company using the Bear Act. So that the moment you thought with the Bear Act, so that then and there itself it was fixed in my mind. I did not read it again and again. So as and when you thought, I went on doing revision, and I went on referring Bear Act and the module, and I studied accordingly. And for SBC, I referred sir's recorded. I went on listening to the recorded ones, and I just followed the module. That's it. And for Apurva ma'am and Saket sir's GST, what all sir thought, that itself was in the paper. I could even close my eyes and tick mark and comes in. That accurate sir thought. And even Apurva ma'am's classes were very well. She even taught us, and even taught us perspective of life. She even motivated us. She even guided us. She was more of a friend than a teacher, sir. So all the faculties were really wonderful. Even the non-teaching staff, they have been also a very good support throughout the journey.
Okay, very good. Nice to know that. And next thing is again a common question students ask. But before that, we have a one-word question to make this more interesting.
Yes.
I'll ask some one more questions for you. So you should answer in one word. Okay. So which is your favorite subject?
So company law.
Okay, very good. So before we go ahead, can you share the marks which you got?
Yes, sir. In JIGL, I got 40, and in company law, 70, and in SBC, I got 53, and tax law, 41. My total score is 204.
Very good. See that if you do well in one subject, how it compensates for others. So Rachel did a great job by studying the Bear Act, the sections, and also we had some quizzes, and she was always participating in those quizzes very actively, and result is there to see by getting 70 marks. Coming back to our one word
Yes.
Questions, which was your most difficult subject?
So tax laws.
Okay. And which mentorship task you like the best?
Writing answer one day.
Okay, writing one answer every day till
yes,
the day of the exam.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And which teacher inspired you the most?
So Apurva ma'am.
Wonderful, great. What's your favorite time to study?
It's a morning.
Who was your biggest support during studies?
My parents.
Wonderful. So it was nice that you answered very quickly.
Yes.
We'll try to ask some more. So the next question was about the gap between exams. You have
Yeah.
one day, at least now you have one day gap if you write one module.
Yes,
So
sir.
how did you revise, or what did you do in those gaps?
So initially, before since it was only one day, can't revise the whole chapter, whole book. So I had already done half of my studies before itself. I had done minimum 3 revisions, maximum you can do as much. So for SBC, I use this strategy that part C is less of content and more of marks. So I made sure I attend all 25 marks and I get 25 marks itself. I was so thorough with dormant company, with strike off, and even with insolvency and bankruptcy code. I even checked the supplement because lots of amendments were in insolvency and bankruptcy code.
Correct.
So I was
Correct.
I was assuming that most of the questions will come from this itself, and I revised it 5 to 6 times, sir. And even if I write the answer right, the evaluator have no chance to give me full marks, then cut it. So I made sure I give a priority for particular part, and the rest all I just managed. So the
Okay,
same I
very
did
good.
with company law, uh, and JIGL. There was no part, so I had just subdivided into category 1, 2, 3. Category 1, I had done IPC, CRPC, CPC, Constitution, and Interpretation. These are the one that fetch me more marks. The rest all were the second part, the less one, but not the least one. The last one was a very small, like Limitation Act, Information Act. Those all I had put it in part C. So like that, I had divided and I had studied. So.
Okay, great. So now we have to ask the main part about company law, because getting 70 in company law is definitely not easy. I can tell you, I remember in executive, I think I got 66 or 67 in company law.
Yes.
So I know it's very hard to get. So getting 70 is not an easy task. So can you share with all our friends who are watching this? You can tell 3, 4 points. What are the strategies while studying? First part, and second part, in the exam, how did you write?
Yes, the strategy first I paid attention to part C and part B, sir, because less of chapter and more of marks. The same thing what I followed in SBC. Part C is only 10 marks, so I made sure I get 10 marks full over there. And part B also, it was very interesting. It's not like very boring. Since it was my favorite subject, I paid a lot of attention to the directors, the board of the meeting, the quorum, everything I paid attention, and I followed it accordingly. In part A, sir, there were lots of chapters, so you can't pay attention to each one. But the most important chapter was lesson number 2 and lesson number 8. So I made sure that I revise lesson 2 and lesson number 8 more than 3 times. The rest all I did for the rest all lessons, I revised it for the 3 times. But lesson number 2 and lesson number 8, I revised it for more than 3 times. So I could get more marks over there. And secondly, in the exam paper, sir, I started writing from the answer which I was very confident. So I started from part C itself and I started writing. I just gave an introduction. I wrote a point, then I left a line, and then I went on writing a point and then leaving a line. And then at the end, I just gave a brief conclusion and I ended the answer. The same thing I did like that. There was one question, sir, related to women director. While I was studying, I had done a chart and I had written. So I was so excited that this question was there in the paper, and I drew a chart itself and I came. So I was not sure that whether they will give me a marks or no, but I thought even if I cancel it and write, even though answer is right, even if I cancel it and write, then it will look very untidy. So I thought, let it be. And I just wrote it off and I came. I thought even the evaluator thought it might be something innovative and he gave me a marks.
Definitely. In fact, if you remember, we did a session on paper presentation
Yes.
strategies, and there also we have mentioned. So I hope those tips also was helpful for
Yes,
you.
I followed those itself, sir. And as far as in when the answers and sections kept on popping in my head, I went on writing, sir.
Very true. So even in our session which we do for students before the exam, for everybody who's watching this, we stress upon mentioning the sections and presenting in an innovative way, like Rachel did with charts, etc. So if you want proof, I think Rachel is the proof by getting 70 marks. So if you do it, see, the for us to tell it is easy, correct? It is easy as a teacher will tell, but doing it is the real challenge, and students who do it will get results. And Rachel is here. So now, Rachel, since you have cleared the exam, now you're in a position to give suggestions to your friends. So what is the main one or two things you like to tell? Because most people are very negative about exam. They say exam
Yes.
is difficult. They keep telling all, I don't know what, they keep cribbing. So that is the reason why we started this success story. Because whatever I tell, they feel simply is telling he passed long ago. We don't, the problem is now. So you please tell us.
Being patient is really very important. Your consistency, your dedication, hard work, everything will pay off once when you write the paper and the result is online, and the fruit will be really very sweet. Only thing is, when you're during your preparation, you have to make sure like there is no tomorrow. What you plan today, you have to do it today. Even if it is a very less concept, make sure you finish it before going to bed. Then tomorrow, once when you start, no procrastination, just start. And later, if you, even if you're a night person or a day person, this is applicable for everyone. You have to just start, and there is no stop. Even if you feel there is, like most of the people study according to mood nowadays. Even if you have no mood, you have to make yourself ready and sit and start studying.
And I want to ask you about the mock exam. Did you take
Yes,
the mock exam which Excel
yes, sir, I
conducted,
took mock
and was it
exam. So
so?
it
Was
was
it
very good. For JIGL, I was not that well prepared. So I had only attended 50 marks. And out of 50 marks, I had got 35 marks, which was very good. And simultaneously, I went on. But for the tax, no, so what all possible mistake I could do, I did it over the mock test itself, so that even later on in the paper, it should not have the same mistake should not be repeated. I had got very less marks, not even half of the 100 marks. I had got very less. So I was very tensed up regarding the tax. But as I had made sure that my income tax was very, the GST was very strong. So I made sure I attend all the GST question, and direct tax was a little weak mind. So I made sure which I was very sure of the answer. I made sure that I write only tick mark only those one. I did not attend everything and come on. I was my indirect was tax was the plus point, and income tax was a little negative one, but somehow I managed.
okay? Okay, great. That's really nice to know. And for everyone who's watching this, as I'm speaking to Rachel, I'm realizing something. Whatever she told is something each one of you can do. That is
Yeah.
first point I realized. And second thing is, from our side, whatever we have told in the mentorship program classes, she has followed everything, because each point she's telling is what happened during the entire classes, mentorship, everything. So just following everything diligently, and it's not so difficult also, will give you results. And Rachel is definitely an example for that. So now, how confident are you for the module 2?
So module 2, I'm little worried, sir, because EBCL, seeing my JIGL marks, I'm worried about EBCL now. But since there are days, I will struggle, sir. I will come up.
Yes, that is the confidence. And again, for everyone who's watching this, see, Rachel has passed module 1, but she's a normal person like everyone else. So
Yes.
module 2, she's not like, I'm very confident, I'll do it and all that. There will be something, but studying well, you will definitely clear. And one thing which I would like to tell you, please keep it as a motivation that you should come again on success stories when you
Yes.
finish module 2.
Yes, sir.
So that should be the goal. Okay, I should come back on success stories, and
I
probably
used to
that will
watch.
be.
I used to watch success stories, and I used to think, will I be ever like? Will I be a part of it? And I used to wonder, but I never thought, sir, I will surely be a part of it. Especially scoring 17 in company law itself is a surprising to me. I thought even if I get 50-50 in each, and my total is 200, that would be great enough. But scoring 70 and clearing the module, it's immense joy, sir. Can't express.
Very good, great. So last question is, if you had not joined Excel, what would you have missed?
So I would have missed, I would have not known how to write the paper. I would have not known what preparation is actually required. The main key is your preparation itself. If you don't prepare well, how will you present it well? So preparation was the main thing, so that I learned from your academy. And if I missed that itself out, I doubt, sir, I would have not cleared the modules.
Very good. Nice to know. So one more thing is, it's definitely the hard work. I always say that student effort is 95%, teacher academy is 5%, because we give the same effort to everyone. But the
Yes,
ones who use it are the ones who get the results.
yes.
So that was Rachel Fernandez, who has cleared module 1 and got 70 marks in company law, which is definitely not an easy task. That is because of her hard work, because she was dedicated. She ensured that she did everything, because I remember we used to have a daily quiz. Every day we used to give quiz. And one of the first persons who used to take the quiz used to be Rachel.
Yes.
And here it is to see the result. So that's great to know. All the best to you for M2, and I will definitely see you in the success story again.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Great. So for everyone who's watching, that was Rachel Fernandez, who cleared M1, and she shared a lot of amazing tips, and she gave you a lot of pointers where you too can finish and you too can come on success story. Please do like this video and share. Her story is something which can inspire many people. Our purpose here is very simple in success story, to share stories so that everyone is motivated. We tell as teacher before success story, we used to tell everything on YouTube, but they were like, oh, something they're telling their past long ago, now they can tell. But if our students of the batch who cleared now, it is fresh, they tell, we are very happy about it, and students feel motivated. Okay, if my friend over there on the screen can do, even I can do it. So please do share her story and like this video and give a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. Thank you, all the best, and I will see you in the next episode.